Welcome back to Masterpiece Tarot. I'm the Nerdy Healer. We're going to get a reading. I think today we will start with a masculine-feminine read. We'll see if it's going to be a divine or a karmic reading. And before we do this, let's get a message card. Let's see what type of message we're going to get today. Spirit, tell us what kind of message we want to get today. A message of love. Okay. Masculine's on the left, feminine's on the right. Okay, Six of Swords. Get the feeling that somebody is moving away from something. This masculine is moving away from something. And he has a bit of love in his heart. He is carrying a cup, and he's moving towards something that he enjoys. And the Queen of Swords here in the unconscious position. It did come out in the reverse. Let's try reversals today, shall we? Since we have some help. All right, so there's a part of this masculine that's feeling a bit pessimistic. There could be some toxic stuff going on around him. That might explain why he's leaving. He wants to focus more on the part of himself that is loving, caring, nurturing, maybe even romantic. What's he leaving behind? Struggle. He's leaving behind struggle. This could be financial struggle. This could be struggle in family dynamics, relationships, community. This could be internal struggles. And what's he heading towards, Spirit? What's this masculine moving towards? The Devil. Okay, this might be somebody who has good intentions, but who's spiraling. Okay, so it's masculine right now. Addiction, obsession. Things are out of balance. There's a real sense of impending doom. Could be a dark night of the soul. When you're going through that, it really can seem like an endless nightmare. How about feminine? Who's feminine right now? Strength. Okay, she's feeling strong. She's feeling brave. She's taming the beast within. Uh-oh, just dropped all the cards. All right, she's feeling strong. This is Leo energy. This is a fire sign, so she's in motion. She's doing stuff. And what's in the conscious space here? A Knight of Swords. Okay. So this is rushing in with honesty. She could be rushing ahead in her life, being really honest with herself. This feminine. Loving herself. All right. What's in the subconscious, unconscious space? Well, feelings of indifference. She could be leaving this behind. Or this could be sort of a lingering energy where she's not sure if this is really what she wants to be doing. She could be maybe feeling disconnected from her purpose, disconnected from others, disconnected from love in a way. Maybe she's gone through a loss. Maybe things are just changing, right, as she's moving quickly. And in the recent past, again, a sense of loss. She may have, had something upsetting happen. She's had to walk away. She understands that there is something better. She believes it. She's, sees that if some of the cups are still standing, in fact they all are, and yet they're behind her. Well, something wasn't good enough, perhaps. Again, she's really needing to be emotionally strong. And in the future, the King of Pentacles. So she could be moving towards somebody, or this could be her own security, prosperity that she's putting her energy towards at this time. Let's get some clarifiers. Tell us more about why this masculine's leaving. What's he leaving? Who is he with? Spirit. What can you tell us about this masculine who's getting out of choppy waters? Yeah, because he's feeling burdened. Something in his life that has been heavy. He's ready to lay those down and have a new passionate beginning. He knows he needs to leave if he's going to have this new beginning. One more card, Spirit. And a Knight of Pentacles. And so here he is on his horse, ready to go. In fact, he is going. And he's taking his, some of his material wealth with him. I see this as a feminine here with the wands. And here there's a man with probably a partner and a child in the boat. So something has been painful, especially for her. She's burdened, whereas he is looking somewhat strong. Between them is this passionate new beginning. So this could be them. This masculine could be leaving with someone who's felt very burdened. And he's being almost a knight in shining armor, right? Like the strong one here. And we see that here. He's rowing the boat. He's steering and he's powering that boat. Tell us about the Knight of Cups. Is this how this masculine sees himself? Eight of Pentacles. A sense of pride in what one's building, or in one's choices to manifest in the 3D material world. A Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Swords. Okay. I get the feeling that this masculine has good intentions. Right? He wants to build. He's being very structured in how he's going about it. And the hope is that he's going to reach this Ten of Pentacles. Right? This abundance. And here they are again. Man, woman, child. He understands, though, that there's risk. He understands that this might not be successful. There's always risk. There's always a risk when we take a chance in love. or really a chance in life, but especially in love. And who's this Queen of Swords in the unconscious space here? This pessimistic, cruel person. Why is that card, or why is she in his energy? Who is she, Spirit? Tell us a little bit more about this energy. Is it him or is it somebody else? Temperance. The Empress. And the Four of Pentacles. Okay. What I'm getting here, if this is somebody else, he's been holding back. Four of Pentacles. Because this person, this woman, this man, this energy has not been embodying this energy of temperance, right? There's been a lack of peace. There's been a lack of calm. Instead of healing, it's been wounding. And so he's holding back. Perhaps that's even why he's leaving. But I think it's more likely that this is in his unconscious, and it's an aspect of himself. And as he, is embarking on this dark night of the soul, he is led to confront these parts of himself that are not patient, that are not kind. Right? He is, facing this part of him that may be disconnected from his femininity, right? His ability to receive love. Maybe even his own greed, right? Four of Pentacles is a stable energy, which he's really holding on tightly, being inflexible. And so this masculine, this Queen of Swords in the reverse, and you know how it is, right? What we are is reflected in those around us. So if this is a masculine who is unhealed, especially in his feminine energy, right? If he's pessimistic, if he's cruel, if he gossips, these are things that need to be healed, because until they are, he's going to continue attracting situations that leave him feeling like he needs to move away. He's going to keep running, right? This dark night of the soul is going to just go on and on. But the dark night of the soul, it's almost like there's been a crisis, right? And now we're launched into this healing journey. And so this is what he's looking at. He's questioning himself. He's looking at those around him and he's questioning himself. Tell us about the Five of Pentacles. What's this feeling of loss and lack and being left out in the cold, abandoned, isolated? Why is he feeling this way in the recent past? What's happened? What's going on here? The Knight of Wands. What else, Spirit? Why is he feeling this way? The Four of Cups. And Strength. Well, I think it's really clear here. This masculine energy has been embodying this Knight of Wands, moving with a lot of passion, maybe from his lower chakras, right? Thinking about sex, thinking about conquering, right, with his wand, fiery, passionate energy, and yet there's a sense that's been such a strong energy that it's caused him to be out of balance, right? Where's the love? Well, the love is being offered, but he doesn't even want to receive it. He's so strong in this energy of the Knight of Wands. He's leaving himself out in the cold. And like we were just talking about, being able to receive anything is embodied by the feminine energy. The feminine energy is the vessel. The feminine energy holds a man, like inside of her, holds space for in her womb for a child to grow. And so he's disconnected from his feminine energy. It's out of balance with his masculine energy. And the devil spirit. Why the devil? Are we onto it with the dark night of the soul? Is he facing addiction and obsession and materialism and feeling powerless? What's going on? Tell us more about what he's going through, Spirit. What's this dark night of the soul? Conflict, adversity. There's a lot of folks around him. It may be very confusing. He may be needing to go in a lot, inward, and kind of try to hear his own voice and get to his own truth. Especially if there's a lot of competition, but especially conflict. Conflict is such a negative energy. It's low vibrational. The world. Yeah, he's really needing to close out this cycle. He's really needing to level up here. He's needing to look at these shadows. He's needing to understand so that he can have a new start and get to his Four of Wands, which is stability. It could be a marriage. It could be a celebration. Yeah, he's needing to close out this cycle so he can get here. And so this is like, it's darkest right before the dawn type of an energy. The world in the Four of Wands. This couldn't end any better considering the reading, right? And so for the masculine, the message is one of self-love. This is a message of love. Masculine, work on loving yourself. Do what you need to. Go within. Go where you need to. Right? Leave if you need to. Take who you need to. Take what you need. Right? Keep your eye on the prize with that Ace of Wands. Right? Recognize how far you've come. You've come so far that you're actually on your horse and you're moving ahead with something of value in your hand. And her burdens aren't yours to carry. It's very honorable and noble that you would want to rescue them. This nice protective energy. But love yourself first, okay? Yeah. Honor that part of you that is romantic. Honor that part of you that is ready to move towards something more loving, something more kind. Allow yourself to take risks. Allow yourself to be flexible. Be strong. Don't be so rigid and afraid. With these fours down here. Don't be so afraid to open up and receive. Right? You'll receive guidance. You'll receive strength from Spirit if you ask and pray. So this is a nice message of love for the masculine. Dark night of the soul doesn't usually last forever, especially if you're doing the work. Love yourself, masculine. And let's talk about feminine here. What's happening with feminine? Strength. What's she feeling strong about? What's she dealing with right now. Too many. 3, that's too many. Tell us about strength, Spirit. The Magician. Ah. Okay. The Sun. Goodness. Okay. This is a powerful feminine so far. And the Hierophant. Oh my goodness gracious. My gosh. Look at that. This is a feminine with influence. This is a feminine who is in alignment with the divine. She's really balanced. She's powerful. She's optimistic too. She brings a lot of light into the world, into those around her. She looks like a pretty good team player there, right? The Sun, this child, right in between the Magician and the Hierophant. She might be a light worker, right? The Magician to the Sun, the strength to the Magician, to the Sun, to the Hierophant. She might be communicating with the Hierophant. She might be creating new traditions. She might be co-creating with the universe and other light workers, other ascended beings, this world that she wants to live in. Really, really powerful feminine, whoever this is. Whoever you are a very powerful feminine. Tell us about the Knight of Swords. What's changing? Is there a sense of rebellion here? Nine of Wands. Okay. Wow. You guys, this is really powerful here. We've got the Knight of Swords being clarified by the Nine of Wands, the King of Cups, and the Star. So she's transforming herself into the Star. And she's calling on her inner divine masculine, right? She might be balancing out her masculine energy here. She's facing the Star. She's facing this healing energy. There's a lot of healing here that the Star and this masculine, inner masculine energy are exchanging. Yeah, she's changing. She's transforming herself, essentially. She's been through a lot, but it's made her stronger, and she's becoming the Star, and she knows it. Why is the Four of Cups here? What's she not aware of, Spirit? What's this feminine not aware of? The Knight of Swords. The Nine of Pentacles. And the Seven of Swords. You know what she's not aware of? She is disconnected from her own power in a way. The Knight of Swords rushes in with a message. And the Nine of Pentacles is about being abundant. So there's something very aligned about her voice. But she's holding back. She doesn't recognize. It's like Spirit has given her this gift, and she does not entirely trust it with the Seven of Swords. She doesn't entirely trust it. She thinks there's something or someone lurking, just ready to attack, ready to take something, ready to, you know, do something bad to her. She doesn't recognize her own strength, and she's disconnected, maybe even from Spirit to some extent, because that cup is coming from the divine. Her own gifts have come from the divine, so why would she not trust them? And yet, here she is. And you know, these energies here, somebody doesn't get like this. If this is you, the strength to the Magician, to the Sun, to the Hierophant, if this is your energy, you are strong and powerful because of what you've been through. You've been through something huge, something really big, something maybe earth-shattering, I'm not sure. To heal and to get to this point, though, is pretty remarkable, right? And so I think sometimes when we go through a lot of these difficulties, it can be easy to forget who we truly are. We can really get conditioned by whatever has put us here in the Nine of Wands. But she is strong, this feminine, and she is healing. Tell us about the Eight of Cups, Spirit. Why the Eight of Cups here? Why is the Eight of Cups here? What is she walking away from? What's she walking away from, Spirit? What can you tell us? Some kind of a partnership, some kind of a community, perhaps. Right? She's speaking her truth. She's embodying this king energy. There could be a king as well who's helping her. He's looking right at her, and he's got the sword. He's ready to defend her in a way. And maybe in court, because he's looking right at the Hierophant here. That is more about tradition, values, beliefs. It could be something like, you know, if she, you know, has a religion or a spiritual belief that is different than maybe what the mainstream thinks or is best or right or whatever. This King of Swords here, right, is letting the Hierophant know, like, hey, she's all right. Like, let her walk away. It's okay. Let her walk away. Let her be different. Let her be who she is. She doesn't have to conform to have value, right? She's allowed to go towards what it is that inspires and heals her. And the Queen of Wands, okay. She's allowed to embody this kind of action of, well, she's allowed to be a beauty. She's allowed to be a powerful feminine, right? She's allowed to receive these divine messages, even if it's different than your traditions. It doesn't mean that they're not legit. And in the future, King of Pentacles clarified by the King of Wands. Okay, we just had the Queen of Wands over here. They're facing each other. The Six of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. A lot of court cards here. So this kind of tells me, with the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and a Queen of Swords here, she's leaving one community and she's joining another, right? It's going to be more balanced. She's not going to feel like she needs to walk away because things are going to feel fair. And there are going to be people here who support her, who've got her back. This could be here in the past. We have the Queen of Wands, the King of Swords. Here in the past, these could be people who opposed her, perhaps, right? This is a feminine fire sign and a masculine air sign. They could have opposed her. Maybe they didn't like what she was building or didn't feel they could build with her. She had to walk away. This might not be the first time that this has happened. She might just be really different, this feminine. Because how in the world do you get here strength to the Magician, to the Sun, to the Hierophant? That is a crazy combination of cards and a really strong, powerful energy. Beautiful, balanced, you know, it's not like a energy of, I mean, there's taming the beast, taming the ego, but having influence, being able to create the world that she wants to live in. Creating new traditions, maybe creating her own family. And there being a lot of happiness with it. So we've got a masculine energy who's going through a dark night of the soul. And we've got a feminine energy who's really in her power. She's really come into her own. This kind of reflects the previous reading where we had the you and them. And you are a few steps ahead of them. I think in that last reading, masculine situation wasn't quite so dire. We didn't have such a clear message of the dark night of the soul. It was more like he was just walking away. You know, there was the death clarified by the Hierophant. But this masculine is heading towards something very beautiful. Message for feminine is keep loving yourself, keep shining your light. You are a powerful light worker. You are bringing change to the world, and you're helping people like this masculine who are going through a dark night of the soul. I don't really get an indication that these two are connected other than just in the spirit. There's no sense of a practical thing, although it does appear, though, that this is very much something that is a structure, right? A foundation, the Four of Wands. He is moving towards that. Well, hey, you know, he could eventually embody. He could be this King of Pentacles who's in the future of this feminine's read. So it is possible that they're connected. They might not know it. You might not know this soulmate or this twin flame, or you don't realize that's who they are. However, this feminine probably has some idea. And if she doesn't, she's manifesting it. Okay. Let's get a couple of oracle cards. Let's do these. Okay, let's get one message for masculine, one for feminine, then one for spirit here. One for the collective energies. Masculine's message is manifest. You're always manifesting, whether you're aware of it or not. Manifestation is based on your thoughts, and you're being asked to manifest consciously through positive thinking so you'll attract into your life exactly what you're wanting with that Four of Wands. Manifest, masculine, that's your message. That's what's going to help you to keep loving yourself and having enough to give to others. Manifesting love. Feminine's message, focus. You're being asked to shift your focus away from what isn't working and toward what is. Paying extra attention to where you place your focus is the first step toward creating an amazing life. And one for the collective energy. That whatever is shared between these two, let's have a message for the energy that is shared between not only these two, but just the broader collective. All right? What message do you have, Spirit? Not that one. The guide. The card that tells you. It gives you some ideas about what to do. worth. You're being asked to honor your worth. It can be so easy to feel that we aren't good enough or worthy of happiness. This simply isn't the case, however. You are worthy, and you have inherent value. It's time to cherish yourself and see your true worth. All right, Spirit, thank you for that message. Bye for now.